Hi there and welcome to this week's angel reading. My name's Rachel Scoltock and this reading is for Monday the 15th of May going all the way through till next Monday the 22nd when I'll be in Uluru. I'll be at Uluru giving a workshop and so I'll be able to do my weekly video reading from there next week, so look out for that. So this week I've pulled you some cards from two different decks. One from the Native Spirit deck by Denise Lynn. And it's coming from the native tradition, from Indigenous cultures and how they traditionally see and observe the world and how spirit talks to us through the world, through the natural world. And then, of course, because I'm an angel medium, I've used an angel deck called the Angel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue, an old favourite. Now, very interesting reading this week. I'll show you the three cards one at a time. The first card that I pulled for you this morning after meditating on this was the Trickster. Look at that. In Native American tradition, the Trickster is the coyote, but it can sometimes come in different forms. But the message of this card is not a negative one at all. It's talking about being able to see through things in a different way. So sometimes how something appears in your life, whether it's a challenge or maybe it's an opportunity, you're being asked to look closer. Now, it could also refer to people in your life, to make sure that you and other people are not wearing false masks, and to be sure that you are getting the truth. And the way that you can do that, the way that I do that, is that I always ask my angels to show me. And I ask and I pray that any energy that may be of limitation that I am wearing. So sometimes we blindfold ourselves. You know, we want to see things a certain way. We want that to be our soulmate. We want that job to be the perfect job for us. And then when we do that, it's like we're wearing rose-colored spectacles and we miss the red flags. We miss the signs that come our way. So ask to be shown and ask to have any limitation or blinkers or blindfolds taken off you that you may have put on yourself or other people might have put on you, because sometimes people want us to see things a certain way and we fall for that. So this isn't negatively speaking. So we're not sort of saying to you that maybe there's someone in your life tricking you, but it is asking you to look beneath the surface and to look at what is in front of you at the moment. Notice the signs, notice the things that are around you, and ask yourself, what is this really showing me? Because sometimes a negative situation can actually be an opportunity. It can be a blessing. In fact, most of the time, a seeming challenge or a block is actually an opportunity for healing, opportunity to rethink your plans. Sometimes it's an opportunity to change the way you look at things or change the way that you're doing things. So, you know, sometimes we get a delay and we wonder why. That delay can be, like I spoke about last week with the closed doors, it can be a delay for a reason. You're not meant to go that way, or you're meant to go that way but do it in a different way. So be on the alert, be listening to your intuition this week very, very clearly, and ask your angels for help. So the energy of Trickster is around you, and it's always, when it comes from spirit, it always comes with a blessing. Now look at this. The second card that I pulled from the same deck is the Storyteller. Now with the Storyteller, you know, in all Indigenous traditions, history and law and how to do things was passed down through storytelling. And also storytelling helps us to look at what is really going on. We learn something from what we go through. And so the Storyteller combined with the Trickster has come forward for you today to give you insight into your current situation. Maybe you're feeling stuck and you can't move forward. Well, maybe there's a story to be told in there. There's something that you are learning. There's a blessing. There's a really deep spiritual lesson. There's something that you're supposed to be looking at. So instead of shouting, why me, universe, why is this happening? Maybe you've just got to sort of change the way that you're looking at it, and you've got to ask to see beneath the surface. Just like with the Trickster, you've got to look for a different meaning in what is going on for you. You're not a helpless victim ever. Now, if you took that as a truth and apply that to your beliefs, I'm not a helpless victim ever. Never ever am I a helpless victim. One, I've always got my power. Two, I'm always connected to the greater infinite power, and that thread stays with me always, and I can call on that power to empower myself. But also, it's always in the way that we look at things and the way that we absorb and react to things that make us into powerless victims. And that becomes a story in our head, and we keep reliving those stories no matter what. So have you ever been around a person who is a victim and who wants to tell that story, and it doesn't matter what you do for that person, how much you try to empower them, they always come up with somehow twisting what you've said or done into making themselves into a victim? Well, that's the power of storytelling. If you're telling yourself a story, then that's what the story becomes for you, and that's how you start to live out your life. So this is useful for looking at your past, your recent past, your distant past, and to retell those stories, to give the meaning that you want, but also the meaning that Spirit really has, because Spirit's never trying to disempower us. Spirit's always trying to empower us. So you can ask God and the angels to help you to see the different meaning in what's going on for you, and gain strength and courage and power and beauty from that instead of fear. I really love this reading this week. It's so exciting. So the card I've pulled from the angels to get the angels' perspective actually backs all of that up. It's Archangel Sandalphon, and look how the angel is coming with an offering. There's this beautiful goblet, if you like, or a huge cup actually, of light. And so one, it's reminding us to always reach for the light, no matter what's going on. We call on our angels, we call on divine beings to be with us. We ask for their help, we ask for their intervention, we ask for a miracle, and we ask for the highest good. If we're always, do you ever get tired of asking for stuff? You're like, please give me this, please give me that, please make that happen the way I want it to happen. It gets a bit me-ish, and it gets a bit sort of, you're kind of treating the angels and God like a genie, your wish is my command. And to some degree, the universe does respond to that, okay? There's nothing wrong with wanting things. That's not what I'm trying to say to you. But when we ask for the highest good, we disengage our ego, which wants to grip and try to make it happen, and worries about it, and worries about the timing and how it's going to happen, and what if it doesn't happen? That's when the ego is involved. Because as soon as we've asked for something, sometimes we hold on to it so tightly, the angels and God can't actually intervene. So we want to help Spirit, right? We don't want to be just sort of like baby birds squawking for something and then making it really hard for it to be delivered. So surrender, hand it over, offer it, ask for the strength, the courage, and ask for it to be for the highest good of all, whatever it is that you want to happen. So you might say, please bring me this. Should it be, and align it with the highest good of all, or if it's for the highest good of all, or something that suits me better that is for the highest good of all, so that you're not trying to control your dreams. Now, in alignment with these two other cards, which is asking you to look deeper into situations, which is asking you to look past what you're seeing as a challenge and wondering what's the opportunity, what's the blessing in this, what can I open to instead of resist. This is actually guaranteeing that the divine brings you nothing but blessings. There are gifts from the divine. There are gifts from Spirit in front of you in your life right now. And as soon as you realize those gifts, they open, they come to you. So acknowledging the good in your life regularly is really, really important, because that activates the blessings. But also recognize that what is ever in your life right now is a blessing. And so as it gets delivered, it won't become a burden to you if you look at it like that. So this is all about in the way that you look at things this week, and changing your story. Maybe you've got to change your story from that of this is a hard life to this is a blessed life. And you, instead of asking why, you ask how. And instead of asking, can I trust anybody, you ask the angels to show you what it is that you need to know. What do I need to know about this situation? What is it that I'm somehow missing? Maybe I'm overlooking it. Maybe I've blindfolded myself. Show me the truth as I need to see it, so that I can move forward for my highest good. So a great week for just really taking deep breaths, pausing, and I see you kind of weaving through stuff instead of getting bumped into things. And also it's an opportunity for you to get rid of some of those big boulders that have been bothering you for some time. So those big blocks that seem to be in your way, you've got to start acting like they're not blocks at all. And in that way, they'll dissolve in front of your eyes. Walk into them, walk up to them, and let them dissolve, and they will. From my heart to yours, angel blessings. Thank you so much and have a great week. I'll be at Uluru from Friday teaching my Meet Your Angels workshop for 2 days, and you'll see me at Uluru on the Monday when I record my reading there. And my books are now out and for sale on my website. So have a great week. Angel blessings.